Well, fans, welcome back to the second half of tonight's RWL Rage in Dallas, Texas. Don Hickson, Christy Ogilvie, and Myron Schimmelman here. The next hour, 4 more exciting matchups, and they are going to be exceptional.
By the way, before we continue, now, I'd like you fans to know, we're still a small channel, probably always will be, but we wanted to thank all of you. We have now gone up to 713 subscribers with over 6,000 videos available. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
And we'll continue bringing y'all quality entertainment without the exorbitant ticket prices. Just saying, we do it for free. You can't get any cheaper than absolutely free now.
That's an excellent point, Christy. I've seen some of those ticket prices. They're absolutely filthy.
That is an excellent point, YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, your ringside seat here at RWL is always absolutely gratis, FOC free of charge.
Okay, coming up, Undisputed World Tag Team Champions, the Originals, will be in action. And so will Women's World Champion Dynamite Jeannie Parker. And in the main event, the Light Heavyweight Championship will be defended by Sir Reggie Smythe against Bret the Hitman Hart.
All right, well, let's start the second half with something really good. Up next, it's going to be Mad Dog Mark McKay set to face Brenton Quinn BQ Stewart with Miss Morse X and Sister Golden Hair both at ringside.
Welcome back. The next match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Coming down the aisle, along with Miss Morse X, from Ithaca, New York, weighing 205 pounds, Mad Dog Mark McKay.
Now, like he said in his last promo, Mad Dog Mark McKay has not forgotten about Eddie Guerrero. He and Latino Heat will be locking up at Black Friday. And so this is a tune-up match between McKay and BQ Stewart. But I got to admit, I think BQ Stewart's got a definite edge. 6'6", 270 pounds against Mad Dog Mark McKay and his 205 pounds. Even with Miss Morse X at ringside, that's going to be a problem.
But at least you have to respect McKay's bravado, which is not false bravado. This man means business every time he steps into that squared circle.
He's definitely not afraid of BQ Stewart, that's for sure.
And his opponent, along with Sister Golden Hair, from Northridge, California, weighing 270 pounds, BQ Stewart.
Brenton Quinn Stewart has been on the roster for almost a decade now, winning his very first match against Kerry Von Erich at Cow Palace Cup in 2016. And while he's never made any major moves, he's getting a lot more attention since signing with MJ Ferrantino and having Sister Golden Hair by his side since this summer. The Northridge Quake, as he's known, is a no-nonsense, no-frills kind of guy. Straight power moves, and he's a more than capable brawler. Should make for a heated match with McKay.
Oh, their tempers are definitely going to flare in this one.
You look at them both right out of the gate and say it's a mismatch? I don't necessarily think that's entirely true.
Nonetheless, Myron, there is a pretty fair size differential between these two individuals, and the advantage definitely leans towards Mr. Stewart here. While Mark McKay is preparing for his matchup with Eddie Guerrero at Black Friday, I'm not exactly sure this is the most intelligent way to go about it. Referee Walt Rothburn sounds the bell, they come center ring. Mad Dog Mark McKay opening up with a series of shots and backing up Brenton Quinn Stewart. Whoa, look at this, a DDT. Taking Stewart down to the canvas, McKay drives a knee into his head. Mad Dog Mark McKay starting off quite strong in the opening goings here. Gets a hold of Stewart, whips him to the far left corner, misses the charge. McKay getting out of the way just in time. There's a kick, there's a right, there's a left, and a hard shot backs up McKay. Stewart whips him right into referee Walt Rothburn. No permanent damage done. McKAY whipped over the top rope, out onto the apron by Stewart. A hard right hand. Stewart hung up on the ropes by McKAY. Mad Dog Mark McKAY moves in, misses the jab, catches a series of shots from Brenton Quinn Stewart. Stewart gets a hold of McKAY, smashes his head into the far right turnbuckle, and decides he's going to try and take the arm home. Look at this. Mad Dog Mark McKAY in the corner. Stewart drapes the leg over the middle rope and nails him with a kick to the calf. McKAY countering with a couple of shots, escaping the grapple of Brenton Quinn Stewart, and a neckbreaker. Whoa, did you see Stewart fly? Miss Morse X, as usual, standing at her corner impassively as McKAY makes his way to the top turnbuckle. Here comes the double axe handle, and whoa, look at this. Mad Dog Mark McKAY covers one. But Stewart powering out quite easily. Running dropkick from McKAY to Stewart. A stomp to the leg. And a blatant choke from Mad Dog Mark McKAY, who we know doesn't play games. Stewart in the corner. McKAY charges and whoa, drives a knee right into the head of Brenton Quinn Stewart. And he is urging Stewart to get up so he can knock him right back down. But Brenton Quinn Stewart, whoa, a vicious toss from Stewart. Stewart slams the head of McKAY to the canvas as Sister Golden Hair looks on. There's a clothesline from Stewart. A swing and a miss from McKAY. A rebound off the ropes. A back body drop to Mad Dog Mark McKAY. BQ Stewart with a spine buster on Mad Dog Mark McKAY. McKAY gathered up again. Stewart gets him up over the shoulder, hangs him up off the top rope. Oh, a driving knee right to the head of McKAY, followed up with a stomp right to the face. Brenton Quinn Stewart, the North Ridge Quake, starting to open up here, driving a series of knees into the head of Mad Dog Mark McKAY. McKAY rolls towards the corner, a chop right across the face by Brenton Quinn Stewart. McKAY countering with a series of shots. Stewart counters with a right, a left. Whip to the ropes is McKAY. A duck under from Stewart. A leapfrog from Stewart and goes behind. Tries for the German suplex but winds up getting caught in a roll-up pin. 1, 2, well now, just a 1. Stewart quickly back up a clothesline, takes McKAY down to the mat. Brenton Quinn Stewart misses the chop and gets a clothesline from McKAY. An elbow right to the top of the skull to BQ Stewart. A clothesline from McKAY. A second and a third. Mad Dog Mark McKAY turning it on here. Ooh, what a shot. Brenton Quinn Stewart taken down to the canvas. And Mad Dog Mark McKAY surprising me here. What a performance from the Mad Dog. McKAY sets up the leg snap and whoa. Brenton Quinn Stewart finding himself in some trouble here as McKAY starts to open up again, turning the momentum his way. McKAY up on the top turnbuckle here. Here he comes, big time flying crossbody as Brenton Quinn Stewart rolls out to the floor. Mad Dog Mark McKAY firmly in control. Sister Golden Hair complaining, but whoa, over the top rope crossbody to Brenton Quinn Stewart. As Sister Golden Hair's protestations are ignored by Mad Dog Mark McKAY, the referee already initiating the count. As Stewart sets up a chicken wing suplex, nearly driving McKAY right into the ring steps. McKAY gets a hold of Stewart, pitches him towards the timekeeper's area. And again, the momentum has shifted in this match. Mad Dog Mark McKAY genuinely surprising me. He seems primed for that matchup with Eddie Guerrero at Black Friday as BQ Stewart makes his way back inside the ring. McKAY goes behind on him, has both arms, stretching him, and a headbutt right between the shoulder blades, followed up with an overhand right. BQ Stewart locks up McKAY, gets a hold on him, escorts him towards the far left corner, head first into the turnbuckle goes McKAY. As Stewart smashes his head into the buckle a second time. And a third. Mad Dog Mark McKay starting to lose control of things here. He's rebounded off the turnbuckle into a German suplex by BQ Stewart. A stomp to the back of Mad Dog Mark McKay. BQ Stewart making his way to the top turnbuckle here. McKay's laid out, big time crossbody right off the top rope. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2, 3, and an explosive and fast matchup. Brenton Quinn Stewart picks up the win.
Here's the time, 6 minutes and 2 seconds, and your winner, BQ Stewart.
And while Brenton Quinn Stewart does get the Duke in this matchup over Mad Dog Mark McKay, it must be noted McKay was extremely aggressive all the way through from start to finish, garnering the advantage over Brenton Quinn Stewart more than once. And I think that says he and Eddie Guerrero are going to have a very explosive match at Black Friday. Nonetheless, kudos to Brenton Quinn Stewart on an impressive win over Mad Dog Mark McKay. And you see it right here in the replay. McKay laid out, and there's that beautiful crossbody well executed by Brenton Quinn Stewart for the 3-count pinfall. And we'll be right back with the undisputed World Tag Team Champions John Van and Guy Cormier, the originals, next.